Flying with guns is something that seems to sketch people out a little bit, or maybe it's just the unknown because people haven't done it before. So anyway, I want to talk through my experience in flying with guns, my procedures, and I'm not going to read anything off the TSA website or anything like that. Obviously, that stuff could change at a moment's notice with no warning, so it's up to you to actually make sure you're being compliant with the laws and all that kind of junk. I'm just going to talk through the stuff I do. I fly with rifles and handguns both. I'll talk through the handguns part first. So for flying with guns, you need to have it in a lockable case. I have a Pelican case. It has 2 holes on it for padlocks. It's one of the important parts to know is as many holes as your case has on them, they expect you to have padlocks. So I have a rifle pistol Pelican case that has 4 holes for locks on the outside. They will want 4 padlocks on that. Just one on each end or 2 in the middle, something like that won't work for them. They'll want padlocks on all the slots on the case. So for the pistols, I'll just, if it's got enough room, I'll put, anywhere I go, if I'm taking one, I got to take 2. So I'll have 2 handguns inside the Pelican case. And if I have room, I'll just throw the magazines in them also. So no ammunition, obviously, in the pistol, or leave the magazines empty also. Just that in the Pelican case. That inside of a larger checked bag. Inside that, I'll also put the ammunition. The TSA rules are to fly with 11 pounds of ammunition or less. I've never once had my ammo weighed. Now that I say that, I'm sure I'll get randomly inspected or targeted and have my ammo weighed. But anyway, I've never once had them weigh my ammo. And I'm pretty aware of how much stuff, like how many rounds I can take and not be over. I will actually weigh my stuff at home before I leave because I can't help myself. Just because I'm curious how much ammo I'm taking and if I'm being compliant or not. As far as that, I like using the Dillon or MTM style boxes for transporting ammo. Otherwise, the factory boxes work fine. If you use the Dillon style boxes, I like taping them shut, either with electrical tape, masking tape, painter's tape, whatever, some kind of tape, just to stop from, while your luggage is being very carefully placed throughout the airport, some kind of jostling happen just to open the box and ammunition go all over the place, which would be not so much fun. So anyway, I tape the boxes shut. Sometimes if I have like 300 or 400 rounds, I'll just tape each box shut and then tape them all together in kind of a big cube just to keep it all together. Anyway, I've never once had them ask to like inspect my ammo or any other questions about it or even weigh it, but that's just my procedure. So inside that checked bag, I've got the pistol case, my Pelican with pistols and magazines inside that. Then I've got ammunition, and then I put all the other supporting stuff I need, whether it's a backpack, a range bag, holster, like your rig, whatever other range gear you want. So put all that stuff in there, and that bag's obviously going to get checked. When I get to the airport, I'll have 2 bags, so probably one with clothing, the other one with the guns, the good loot in it. Print out the regular, I should say I fly Southwest for the most part. I fly Delta some, but Southwest probably 99% of the time. They are very friendly with guns, but I'm sure other airports are fine also, or airlines. So all I do is just print out my tags to check my bags. When I get up to my turn to talk to the person, does they have a firearm to check? The way Southwest at least works is you just fill out a little card on the front and back that has your information, the flight information. You sign a little declaration stating the guns are unloaded. Once that's done, they'll want you to put that card inside with the guns. So I leave the padlocks off the case until after I've signed that card, because otherwise I'm going to have to mess with opening everything back up anyway. So I'll normally have, if I'm carrying like a backpack, it's going to be my carry-on bag for the flight, I'll just have the locks in an outside pouch of that I can just set up and put on the counter when I'm talking to the airline person. Then once they want me to sign the card, I could just undo the latches, barely open the case enough just to get that piece of paper inside, close it, snap it shut. Then I can put the locks on, and then the pistol again is inside a larger checked bag that gets very carefully set on their conveyor. And then the way most places work is they'll instruct me to go stand over by a pillar or a door or something like that for 10 or 15 minutes to wait for TSA to make sure they don't want to see my guns. I think I've only had one time where they actually wanted to open the bag, and it was like a random inspection. I say random, where they were looking for explosives or whatever, where they do their little like swab around the case to see what you have. It was like, yep, you're going to pick up gunpowder. There's guns inside. It's like, oh yeah, I know. But it's like, they're looking for explosives or something crazy, I suspect. Anyway, I've only had that happen once. Otherwise, I normally just stand by the little place. I have Siri takes care of setting a timer for me. I knew you were going to go off now. So for 10 or 15 minutes, whatever they say, just sit there after they don't call your name, then walk up, go through TSA, and off I go. On that situation, when I get there, I think probably 99 times out of 100, since that case is inside of a larger check bag, it'll just show up on the regular baggage claim. Nothing special at all. It'll just be a regular bag. Won't even have anything special as far as straps around it or tape or any other precautions. It just comes out with regular luggage. So good to go. For a long gun case, so I've got a Pelican case that fits two 16-inch carbines with the collapsed stocks, a couple handguns, rooms for slings, suppressors, all that kind of stuff, compartments for all that stuff. So anyway, it's a bigger case. It clearly is a gun. When I get to the airport, the same deal. I'll have the locks already off the case because it's going to take 4 of them. Hey, I have a firearm to check, and they pretty much look at it like, yeah, that's a gun. So set that down while I'm filling out the form. The same thing with sliding the little slip inside the declaration page that says it's unloaded. Put my locks on, same deal, waiting by the pillar for 15 minutes. The only difference is when, again, 99 times out of 100, this will not come out on the regular baggage claim. You'll have to talk to one of the agents to get your bag, and they'll normally check driver's license to make sure that my name is the name that matches the tag on the gun, because they're aware it's guns. So they won't just have it come out on the conveyor belt. You'll have to actually talk to an agent, or they sometimes have an oversized bag area. It'll show up there, but it'll be waiting with an agent from the airline that'll want to check your information before you leave. Anyway, that's about it. It's not that tough at all. Like I said, I primarily fly Southwest. The flight staff or just the crew for Southwest, I have only really good interactions with. Every once in a while I get somebody that's a little bit crabby, but I have overall very good interactions with Southwest people. They don't get that spun up about guns at all. It's not an event. And I don't even mention having ammunition in the bag. There's nothing that I have to declare, anything like that. And the part they're really concerned about with is the firearms anyway. It's like, yep, I have guns in here I need to declare. So anyway, hopefully that all makes sense, answers questions. I'm sure there's somebody else that has a better system, story, who knows what. Feel free to drop those in the comments if you want. My fiance says I'm not good about asking people to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. So if you want to do that stuff, that's cool because it gives, the channel more exposure, I suppose. I'm not good at asking people for their business. Anyway, that's it for Flying with Guns. Hopefully it makes sense. If you have any questions, drop them below.